Now, the mistake that many newbies make is they just want to hit the buy button or the sell button, whatever button they want to hit. They just want to be in a trade, all right? And Forex doesn't work that way. Trading success is not dependent on one single candlestick somewhere or one support and resistance level somewhere. No, it's a combination of factors that adds confluence before we do or make a trading decision. All right. So this video is going to be a very short one because I promised last week that I'm going to start making multiple videos, at least like 2 every week, so that at least I can extend my reach and my thought process towards how I trade. All right, so that I can see how I can help as many people as possible or that may need it. All right, so right now I'm looking at the USDJPY pair and why it's going to be an interesting trade. Now, and I'm going to do that using multiple confluences. All right, as you already know, I'm a fan of trend lines. All right, now the more touches you have to either a trend line or a support, the more interesting that particular trend line or support becomes. All right, and if you look at this is the JPY index, by the way. So this actually measures the strength or the weakness of the Japanese yen. All right, now if you look at these supports that I've plotted, it's not rocket science, it's simple. Just capture as many touches as you can find. Now I've captured here, and here, and also this area here. So it's obvious that price has tested this area multiple times. Now, at least 70% of me is rooting for JPY index to come into this trend line. Are we going to break above? When we get there, we are going to find out. Are we going to reject and keep coming downwards? When we get there, we'll find out. But for now, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, right? Now, I'm expecting price to come into this trend line. All right, and if this happens, it's going to give Japanese yen strength across its pairs. All right, but for now, I'm going to focus on USDJPY alone. Now, why do I think this looks like a good trade? Now, this is the daily time frame, and as you can see, there's an inside trend line, which is this, and this is the outer trend line. And now this inner trend line has been broken, and this looks like a typical retest. If I zoom in, you'll see that prices series of red candles has been moving sideways with no volume. All right, and now we are beginning to see some big bodied bullish candlesticks right on top of the broken trend line, which gives us that typical vibe of a break and a retest. Right now, how do we spot? Let's scale to the lower time frame. Let's look at a clearer picture or a wider picture. Now this is the 4 hours, and this is that daily trend line. All right, it's not clear here now because we are on a smaller time frame. Now, there was another trend line I plotted that has been tested multiple times here, 1, 2, and now we came into that trend line again for a third touch, and something interesting happens. Look at the confluence here. We have a double bottom. All right, a double bottom signifies a bullish what? A reversal. And now, where is this double bottom happening from? It's happening at that support and resistance level that has been tested multiple times, right, from the daily time frame. Now we have a third touch and a double bottom and a break above the counter trend line. Can you see multiple confluences? All right, now if we keep pushing higher, and as you can see, you can spot the volume with which we broke out. Right now, let's go to the USDJPY and see why I think USDJPY is going to sell hard. But before I show you, let's look at the dollar index. I don't want to go into details on what I talked about dollar index in last week's video. If you want to watch it, I think I'll tag the video right here. You can go and watch it and listen to what I said about dollar index. Actually, I was hoping that price would come into this trend line, but it didn't, and that was why I even hesitated in the that was yesterday. Yeah, that was why I hesitated. That was why I even took that bad trade, because I was thinking we're going to reject the third touch of this trend line, then come here to hit here before we collapse. I didn't know we were going to keep falling, and that was why I made that trade call. It was a bad one, but we've been able to recover. Those that are in the signal group, those that I don't run the signal group, by the way. I only do this to help those that purchased the course, plus at least recoup some money, or even if possible all of the money with which they purchased the course Anyways, back to the matter. Now we broke below and we kept falling. And if I even go to the daily time frame, I shared this in the Telegram channel. We had multiple touches to the upside, and now we've broken below, right? And we've retested. So I expect dollar index to do a collapse to the downside, at least to this zone, and maybe this zone first, and then maybe this zone. But let's look at this zone first. Why this zone? Because this zone has also been tested multiple times looking left. All right, so which means the next target will be here. All right, so now the dollar index is also giving us the vibe that it's falling. The JPY index is telling us it's rising. Now let's go to USDJPY. By the way, I'm currently in this USDJPY trade. Some few days ago, I warned that price was going to do something funny here, which it did. And now that that has happened, I expect price to keep collapsing to the downside. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. All this stuff was shared on the Telegram group. So if you're not on the Telegram group, the link is going to be down below. So you may want to join so that you keep track of what we do every day, of how I trade every day. Now, I sent this chart yesterday that I was expecting price to break below this support that has been tested multiple times before, and that has happened, right? So I expect price to keep falling, at least with this zone as our first target, right? Why am I using that zone as our first initial target? Because price has tested it multiple times before. All right, so that is what I'm going to use there. When we get there and we break below, we keep selling, or if we are going to reject, then we look for what buying opportunity. All right, I'm currently in this trade and I'm in profit. All right, so I'm just doing this video to show you why I think USDJPY is going to keep falling to the downside, and why it is important also to trade with multiple confluences. All right, so with this, we've come to the end of this particular video. I'll see you in the next one, but before I go, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Like if you like what has been said here, or you have any suggestion, leave us a comment in the comment section below.